Alright guys, it's Charlie Tango 1994 back with another YouTube video. Been out ordering stuff online again, and this time around I've purchased an action cam. Just a cheap one. I haven't spent a lot of money on it. It is kind of like a GoPro, but a sort of Chinese equivalent, so not the same sort of cost. And I bought just a basic setup, although I've added to that, which I'll talk to you about in a second. So you get the camera itself, as you can see in the bottom left hand corner, and then a collection of different bits and pieces, which I'm still trying to work out how it all goes together. But just briefly, there's a waterproof case, which says it's waterproof anyway, which also acts as a sort of mount. So you put the little camera in there, and you can connect it to other bits and pieces. And then there's another like little carrier that has a sort of standard tripod mount, so that would be pretty useful when using the little camera on the little tripods that I've got. So planning to use that. And then I can't really explain much else. These little bits and pieces sort of connect together, and there's a couple of straps and bits and pieces. So in addition to that, I also went and bought a sort of an additional set of other bits and pieces, and more little doodads and stuff that don't make a lot of sense to me at the moment. But there's a selfie stick. This is a head mount, so I'm planning to try and use that for some of the drone footage that I want to get. So as well as the what they call the first person view, as well as the footage that you get from the camera on the drone, I want to mix that with actual footage, if you like, of the drone in the air. So it's the sort of first person view and third person view, I suppose is what you'd say. And then at the back is a chest harness. So planning that when I'm sort of walking to a site or whatever, I'll just have the camera on my chest, and then when I fancy doing some filming, just hit the record button. And then lastly is a suction mount. So I think you can use that for setting up in the car, you know, stick it to the dashboard or the windscreen or whatever. And the other idea that I had was, because I've got an old Vespa scooter, well, not that old, but I've got a PX 150. So on some of the outings that I plan to do, rather than take the car, especially if the weather's nice, then I might actually look to sort of throw the rucksack on the back of the bike, along with all the other portable kit that I'm going to need, and do a bit of motorcycle camping rather than in the car like. So that's what I've been out and bought. Now obviously the main thing I want to do is test the action cam against the sort of standard footage that I've been using, or standard filming techniques that I've been using for the YouTube channel, which I do on my phone. So I just want to compare really the sound quality and the image quality as well. This isn't a 4K camera, that's something worth stating, but I think the maximum res it will do is 720, so it is you know, full HD, I think they call it nowadays. So the next thing I'm going to do is rig up something. I'm going to do a review of another CB to go up on the YouTube channel. So what I want to do is just a test between the two different setups. So in a second I'll get myself ready, and we'll give that a try. Alright guys, back to you in a minute. Cheers. Alright, so I've set up a rig to do a review of, which I'll do in a separate video, but just wanted to do a quick test as I was saying. This is from the iPhone, standard sort of setup that I use when I'm filming my YouTube videos. So I'm going to be looking at this for sort of colour balance and bits and pieces. What does it actually look like? The screen resolution, the sort of sharpness of the image, and the sound. And that's been something that there's been a few comments about on my videos, particularly when I'm outdoors, simply because of wind noise. So I have bought some other bits and pieces, an external microphone and bits and pieces that I plan to use when I'm doing a bit more outdoorsy stuff. So hopefully the sound quality will be better. But yeah, this is shot on the iPhone first of all, and I'm going to switch now to the little action cam. Right, so this is now on the action cam. You'll probably notice quite a difference, I'd imagine, so I'm quite interested to see just how different it is. It's a very different way of filming. The camera itself is pretty small, and then there's a sort of viewfinder, a little LCD screen on the back, LCD or LED screen on the back. So it is pretty tricky to sort of frame the shot, because it is such a small area. But I am interested to see, as I said previously, sort of the colour, the saturation, how steady the shot is as well, because I'm not entirely sure that with a camera this size you get the steadiest of images. Not something that I'd want to hold in my hand, certainly, so I've got it on the little selfie stick at the moment in an attempt to keep it steady. And I'm not really sure what's going on there. Sorry, I lost the viewfinder, which is quite interesting. It looks like it's continued to film. So this is what testing's all about, eh? So we've done the iPhone, and we've done the action cam. I'm going to try now to film both simultaneously, but as I say, I'm going to be checking for how it's framed, colour and sound, just to see the difference. Right, so I've now got both cameras running. Pretty tricky actually, sort of filming in stereo if you like. In my left hand is the iPhone, and in my right hand is the action cam. So what I plan to do is try and sort of in the edit put both images side by side, see what we get, and switch over the audio so we can do a comparison between the action cam and the iPhone. I've got to try also to keep things out of shot, because it is tricky to film both at the same time. My first opinion is that probably the iPhone is better quality. Certainly it's much easier to film on, but the action cam is going to be useful for certain things, and I just need, I mean, to be honest, I just need, you know, a sort of dedicated piece of equipment for filming. I don't want to keep relying on my iPhone, to be honest. Obviously it's one of the cheapest, easiest ways to shoot stuff for YouTube, but there's times when I want my phone when I'm actually filming, particularly when I'm out and about, and I do need to conserve battery and stuff like that. So it's going to be useful to have two cameras, because I can do different jobs at different times with each of the cameras. Anyway, that concludes our test. Hopefully there's something to see, and we can check the quality of both sound and image from both cameras. So I've come back again because I've just looked at the footage that I shot just now, and I have to say I'm absolutely appalled at the quality of the action cam. So I'm shooting this at a slightly different resolution. I had it running at 1920, so I've dropped it down to 1280 now, and I want to see how that compares. The other thing that I'm thinking is that, alright, it's not dark in here, but it's not great light. But really, looking at what I've just seen, you know, nothing was sharp. There's an issue with the sound quality as well. So I want to do a couple more tests just before I finish up the video, and we'll see how we get on. And then just to keep things all together, really, I've dropped it now to its lowest resolution, which is 640. Don't expect a lot from this, to be honest, but I just want to see what it looks like. The other thing I wanted to do was do it in a sort of proper daylight situation, so I'm now outside rather than in my Radio Shack, just to see the quality. Again, this is at 640, and now I've just moved it up to 1280, so this should be proper HD. And then this is at 1920 again, so out in bright sunlight just to see if that improves the image quality. We'll have to see. So yeah, that was a quick test of the sort of video and sound quality for both the iPhone and the Action Cam. I'll put everything back together in an edit now and make a quick YouTube video of it. And I'll catch you guys in another YouTube video. Cheers.